to get started with the 2016 Chevrolet Camaro 3-star. It's part of the 3-star series. So to recall, this is where we're going to take that car from junk, convert it into something cool, make sure that all of the parts that can be performance parts are performance parts, and then we're going to turn those performance parts into 3-star performance parts to boost the power a little bit. And then the intent is that we can win the King of the Sands drag race at a quarter mile. Maybe take it around the track once, check out the top speed, work on the gear ratios, which we've done with a fair number of the cars. Up on the screen here, we got the old spreadsheet. And you can see right now, as far as completed cars, our value, we're up to $10,128,333 of value. I didn't put in the value of the cars we haven't restored yet, but we're up to 73 cars completed. That's pretty good. This next one up here, I'll move it up above my head here, is the 2016 Chevrolet Camaro. In game, the name is a Bolt Mosquito MK6. Again, I'm assuming Playway couldn't get the rights to use Chevy and the name, which doesn't make sense to me. Wouldn't Chevy just want free advertising for their cars? You know, whatever. It's fine. So we'll save up on the old spreadsheet here, and we're in the spreadsheet, we're tracking a lot of stuff, tracking the value of the car, how many miles it has, in-game name, top speed, lap time at the in-game track, quarter mile speed, which I love the quarter mile. I think that's awesome. The quarter mile times, and did it win the King of the Sands, that in-game tournament that you play with that recent drag strip DLC. So we'll slide this over to the other screen, get her out of the way, and we take a peek at our good old-fashioned 2016 Chevrolet Camaro. Which this one, I think this was a barn find, if I remember correct, because it's not in terrible shape. I mean, it's going to need to be reworked, clearly, but it's in decent shape. So let's run through it. Start by just cleaning it up. That way it'll be ready for paint and repairs, obviously. Clean up the interiors. Huh. Amazing. You wash it. Thought it was brown. It is, it's like a maroon. Got the ditch tools on the screen there. 5-speed on the floor. Alright, let's disassemble the interior, get that fixed up. That's where I like to always start after I wash it. Hop to the interior store. My leftover parts here. Couple of seats and steering wheels and bench seats, not repairable items. So you know you're going to replace them, especially if you're getting a car to 100%, which clearly we are. Interior assemble, put in the new seats, bench, and a new steering wheel. And the old ones we can just sell for a decent amount of cash. Save the game up. There we go. Now let's tear down the body panels. These body panels don't look like they're in awful shape, but they're going to need to be repaired. The glass is not 100%, so that's going to need to be replaced. Alright, I think we got all the body panels off. Pretty sure. Okay, let's move it over to lift 1, and we'll repair the frame first. $1,300 to get after that. And just for kicks, let's go ahead and repair those body panels. we were right. Most of the body panels are repairable. They look like they were in fair shape, so probably won't have to do any body panel replacements. We'll just have to repair the glass. All right. And since we're in here doing the body, let's just go ahead and get the glass. Windows. The other thing that is not repairable, headlights and taillights. So we bought those as well. Alright, let's reassemble this bad boy. Nice repaired bumper, trunk, the 100% taillights. Pop on a Wyoming plate. Huh, I don't have a left mirror. Okay. I didn't realize it was missing that. And left fender. Okay, left mirror, left fender. Wyoming plates. Nice glass. Okay, the body's basically done. Let's go ahead and pop over here. I probably have an MK6 fender. So if we pop here, MK6. Do I have a front right fender? Front right fender. Front left fender. There we go. Do we have a left mirror? Left mirror. It's the benefit of having a bunch of parts sitting in your warehouse. You're probably hanging on to it if you go looking. Left fender. Hey, and it's purple. Purple and like copper. Well, that looks terrible. But we'll paint this anyway, so we're okay. So, check. We should have body. We're missing something. Interior and frame. What did we not replace on the body? Or not replace properly? Ha! Left body window A. Left body window A. Assemble mode. Left body window A. We put the wrong window on. Now the body should be 100%. It is. So now we just got to tear down the tires, suspension, and engine. This will be one we'll actually have to drain the oil on. It's been a while since we've done that. Drain the oil. And let's tear down the rear suspension first. Pop these wheels off. And we'll get after the improvements. Hey, Parker, my man, how you doing, buddy? Go. Again, a lot of these parts, minus the bushings and like the non-repairable parts, we're gonna be able to repair on these. So there won't be a ton of parts that we're gonna actually have to replace on this car, other than the performance parts, of course. Knuckle off. Oh, never forget that small bushing that sits in that knuckle. I almost always forget that. Camaro's got the dual exhaust. Turn on these parts here. Got the brake system. Hey, a little water displacement 40th try, also known as WD-40. It's interesting how companies come up with names for products. We're coming up with a product to displace water, which is what WD-40 actually stands for. Water displacement 40th try. But hey, it loosens up those rusty bolts for us so we can actually get them off. It's interesting if like future versions of this, if they'll put like a torch in the game so you can heat up the bolts that you have to rip out. That'd be kind of cool. Ain't that right, Lucas? That's what my boy says. Alright, let's get that drive shaft. Drive shafts, I have complained about this almost on every single video where I take out the drive shaft. It's hard to see the bolts. Just remember the pattern. It's a T shape. You get to one and you're like, why isn't it coming off? It's probably rusted right quick. Alright, exhaust, exhaust, exhaust. Grab the starter out so that we can get the trans out. And we'll have to make a decision on the engine. Because I don't think this version that we have of the Camaro came with the best engine that we could put in this car. So we're probably going to do a swap, which means a fresh build. There'll probably be some components from this engine, maybe the block or something that we'll use, but we might not even tear that engine apart, honestly. We might just keep it in a crate. We'll see. That might be something interesting to think about doing, is just going over to the engine stand and just pre-making, like assembly line fashion almost, pre-make like, I don't know, 5 or 6 3-starred V8 dual overhead cam supercharged engines, which I like to use in a lot of cars. And it's probably the top end engine used in a lot of cars. And just make up 5 of them, put them in a crate, throw them in the warehouse, and then when you get to that car upgrade, just go ahead and slap that engine in without even have to worry too much about breaking down the other one. Something to think about. I might try that. It would speed up your build process because you'd already have that pre-built. Alright, I think the suspension is out. It is. Let's go ahead and start the wheels coming apart. And just for kicks, we'll go ahead and separate. I'm not even going to bother separating them. We'll just sell those combo shocks, because we're going to replace them anyway. Separate. This down onto the air. Using some efficient use of time there. Okay, last wheel to separate. Let's go ahead and get these engine components out. Now, this car is different than a lot of the builds I've done recently that were just junk and had like no fluids left anywhere, most of the parts missing. This actually is pretty complete, so I'm going to end up having to drain fluids before we pull things. It's alright. Alright, just got to remember to do it. Otherwise, you know, working in your own shop, you're going to end up charging yourself a fine for spilling coolant or spilling oil or something. It's still kind of a laughable idea as far as the role-playing aspect of this goes. I guess maybe the fee is for the dry, you know, that sandy stuff that you got to use to clean up fluids. Maybe that's the cost. Clean these fluids out. There they go. Fluid out, fluid out, fluid out. Out here. Fluids are out. We can go back to part unmount and take off these components. Pull the radiator. Alright, all the peripherals are out. There we go. Let's go grab the cherry picker. That to the Camaro. Pull the engine. Okay, now all the components, you can kind of just eyeball this. Have all the peripherals and components are out. Have the last tire separated. Now let's check the car status here. So it came with a V8 overhead valve CGM 429 420. We can get this as a supercharged version, or we can go to the dual overhead cam supercharged engine. Now again, this is the V8 dual overhead cam supercharged. That might be one I'm thinking of making multiple versions of a crate engine for that, because you use that in a lot of cars. And it's honestly, I think it's the best out of these 5 options. And we can go double check, but pretty sure it's the best of those options. So if you go in here to create new engine, we'll slide over to V8 dual overhead cam supercharge 584 534 right there. You go to the V8 overhead valve CGM, that's the one it's starting with, 426 420. And even if we go to the supercharged version, ooh, 680 620. Okay. Whereas the dual overhead cam is actually less. Huh. Well, I stand corrected. This is why you check stuff. This might be better. Yeah, 680, 620. Okay. What were the other options? Just to be on the safe. I'm pretty sure that's going to be our best starting option then. V8 dual overhead cam AXK, single overhead cam FME. Go look at those two. Dual overhead cam AXX, AXK, FME. AXK, FME. V8. Say, nope. That is not better. Okay. Don't see that other engine. I'm blind. Could be. Could be blind. Gate or a valve. V8 dual overhead cam AXK TRSM That's a sweet engine. I don't think that's even an option for this engine car, though. There's the FME. FME. Yeah, we're not doing that. So I think we're going for this engine. I'm just double checking. V8, I think this is I don't think this is an option for this car. I think that just comes in that Swedish car. Yeah, it's not an option. So let's get the CGM SC supercharged. So we're still going to tear this engine down because I'm betting some of these components from this version are going to be components we can cross over to the other version of that engine, the supercharged version. So we'll go ahead and go through the process of tearing this engine down instead of just dumping it. There'll probably be some crossover parts we can scrap out of here. Even though a lot of these will be performance parts, there'll be a lot that'll be not performance parts, right? Well, I'm glad I checked and just didn't go with my gut. I would have been wrong. Okay, I'm sure the intake and the throttle structure, this will all be different with the supercharger sitting up top, but we'll still tear it down. Got it. Belt off here. Power steering pump. Looks like the power steering pump. Clutch bearing. Get the water pump now. Now it probably can. That's pulley there. Alternator. Sitting on an arm. Valve cover. Or timing cover, excuse me. Timing chain. Pull out gear, probably. Alright, let's grab these spark plugs out of the head. Maybe. And pull the head. Nope, I can't. Oh, push rods. Ha! Probably gotta pull your push rods first. In case you can't see, I'll just zoom up here a bit. Push rods. Head. Bolts. Front and back. I thought I saw one rusty one. Oh, two rusty bolts. There we go. That is off. Grab the oil fill tray. Clutch bearing, clutch pressure plate. Clutch plate, and the flywheel. Nope. Injector. Injectors off the top. At least I think they're injectors. Look like injectors. Little pause here. Little watt tray. That's right, I can unscrew and take a drink of water at the same time. Rockers off. Just leaving that one because it's rusted. push rods. And the exhaust manifold will be next. Have some sparkulators. And we'll grab the head. Hey boys, whenever you're ready, we got breakfast upstairs. Say no. Okay. There we go. Hop in here and get the crank bearings, rod caps, and we'll pull the pistons. I almost think the glare from those lights makes it hard to see the rod caps if they're shiny. So I'll turn it on the side so I get less glare. Pistons are out. Grab the crank, and then we'll grab the block. Well, maybe I'll grab the block. What am I missing? Oh, camshaft. There we go. Alright, so the engine is out. I think there's some brakes we can lathe. Go ahead and go through the process of repairing the parts, which I thought, as these 13 pages of parts alludes to, a lot of the components on this car were in fairly good shape, so there won't be a lot of parts that we're going to have to replace due to being broken. It'll be more just upgrades. And then the parts we repair, well great, we saved us some money. I wouldn't mind them flipping on an option, like had existed in Car Mechanic 2018, for those of you guys who played that, that you had the, when you repaired parts in that version of Car Mechanic, you would have just a percent chance that the parts would repair. You run the program and boom, all your parts are either repaired or broken. You take a risk with that, of course, that the parts, percentage of your parts are not going to repair, but it saves you the time of doing the mini game, excuse me, that we're doing right here. Just because it takes extra time. Like a few times of doing the mini game, it's kind of fun, but after a while, it kind of gets tedious. It's so cool, but if you play it properly, you're not going to break parts. Brakes are all lathed. All these parts repaired. 9 more pages. This could be a bit. Yeah, I didn't realize that that particular engine had such a good starting horsepower. The supercharged version of it. I'll have to remember that for my future builds, especially if I'm just going to start just building some crate engines to hang on to. But it is a modern engine, so it might not exist in a lot of the cars as an option. It's probably a good idea to think through. It's like what engine, top-end engine is the most popular engine in the game, and like list that out by, because you wouldn't want to make 5 crate engines when it only exists in one car. but if it exists in 20 cars, and could even use it as a customer's car replacement or what have you, maybe that's worth doing. I'll have to think about that and maybe come up with a list of, oh, well, I have my spreadsheet, I could add a line. Which engine, upgraded engine is in each car, and then sort it and get an idea of which is the most popular engine in the game. Something to think about. Compared to the engine heads, which I probably didn't have to do because I'm pretty sure engine heads are going to be performance parts, but hey, we're in the window of repairing, so we're just going to go ahead and repair, right? The engine block, we definitely do not want to fail on repairing the engine block, because that's expensive. And even the repair was $250. Okay, save. All the repairs are done. Now we should have a pile of parts that were wear items that we cannot repair. Let's see how many pages. 25 pages. Some of which are going to be parts that we're going to sell. Sort by condition. Crappy at the top. Battery we should throw on the charger. Fuel tank we'll sell. Trying to think of parts that are expensive. ECU. Yeah, ECU is expensive. Camshafts, kind of expensive. Alright, let's go throw the battery on the charger. Don't want to salvage the battery. Especially when you can just throw it on the boiler and charge it up. Alright, let's run the macro to break down these parts. Again, this would be something that I wouldn't mind an option for, like a mass rapid salvage. My macro, I have it set up to stop basically on the 5th part every time, and as you watch, probably every 10th or 5th part, I'll end up hitting a green or a blue. But again, the difference between blue, green, and yellow, it's 1, 2, 3 scrap pieces. It's irrelevant. The best way to get scrap cases, you'll get thousands of pieces of scrap out of a case, so it's not even worth monkeying with this too long. That's where a rapid option would be a nice option for the game. To just say, rapid salvage. Now if they made it like, well, you get, I don't know, you stop on the blue, you get 50 scrap pieces? Alright, maybe that's worth the time investment. But for the return on the time here, not worth it. I'm more apt to sit back, relax, do a quick gamer stretch here, and let my macro run and get the parts I get. You okay there, bud? You guys ready for breakfast yet? Okay. Well, we're gonna go finish up our stream here. We're doing a Chevy Camaro stream. We're just in the middle of scrapping parts. 13 pages left. I probably should have sold those tires. That's fine. That's fine. Probably a little bit more value in getting the money out of some of those parts than scrap. It's fine. we're not min-maxing as much as we possibly could, right? Nine pages left. District of Columbia plates gone, salvage. Who do you guys got in the Super Bowl tonight? I got the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to do good. Patrick Mahomes, he's good. I'm actually kind of excited to see Chris Stapleton sing the Stars Spangled Banner too, or the national anthem. Excuse me. Stapleton's solid, and Rihanna. Hey, I'll watch Rihanna. I care less if she sings. It'll be good. Scrapping is done. Let's save the game. Let's go back and build that engine. So what we decided on, we're going to go here, and we'll create new engine. We're going to make that V8 overhead valve CGM supercharged, which starts with 680 and 620 pound-feet of torque versus the stock engine that this car came with, 426, 420. And what I thought was the better option, which turned out not to be, was the V8 dual overhead cam supercharged, but actually has only 584 horsepower and 535 pound-feet of torque compared to this, which is 680, 620. So that's what we're going with. So you hit create new engine, start, go to part mount, and then you pop in an engine block, which we actually had a few of those. Crank we should have. Pistons. We're out of pistons. Okay. Or wait, are these different pistons? That's a good question. Yeah, they're the overhead valve C pistons, which I normally don't have in my inventory of parts. So the question would be, are the rings different? Yeah, they're the overhead valve C rings, which I won't have. Okay. Rings. Overhead valve C. 8. Buy those. Pop. So the reason to pop over here is going to be parts that we're going to have to make 3-star. There's some I know right off the bat we're going to 3-star. So as we're scrolling through parts here, we need a clutch pressure plate. And we'll need a clutch plate. It's 3-starred. You have 3-star flywheel. Need a fuel fill tray. And a fuel pump. I think we'll need those. And then we need the pistons, overhead valve C. All the ones we bought, we only bought 8. 3-starred. Rest, we'll just leave alone for now. Okay. Let's pop back over here. Part mount. Let's get these pistons on. They're new rings. mechanic just leveled up. All right. Where are we now? A level 179. We're doing okay. Now you might ask, like, is there any benefit to continuing to level up your mechanic to higher levels? Yes, there is. There is no more skills for your mechanic, like as far as speed of hitting parts or something like that. They could probably add some skills. That would be something to think about. Like maybe adding the skill that you can just repair all the parts quickly without having to jack with the minigame. That'd be a good skill. But there is no skills beyond level 50. However, the returns out of the crates are higher the higher your mechanics level. So higher your level, more and more returns out of those crates. That's the benefit. Oops, I put on the wrong plate. 3 stars. Clutch bearing, sure. 3-star fuel filter is right there. Alright, now we're gonna have to let's rotate this engine. Probably gonna start getting the parts that we're gonna have to 3-star. Our steering pump, engine heads. Probably all those we can get as performance parts. Camshaft, yep. Our steering pump, yep. Engine head B, sure. Engine head A, yep. Alright, let's go 3-star these things. Now, if you purchase parts, you're like, ah, man, I forgot which parts I purchased, and I'm going to my long list of parts and I don't remember. Just go over here and sort by arrival. And then you can see which parts you just purchased. So we're looking for engines, cams, and power. So I'll start the C's, go to the E's and the P's. C's. Camshaft, there it is. Go to the engine heads and the E's. Engine head A. Engine head B. Go to the P's to that power steering pump. Okay. Mount her up here. Engine head A. They made the springs kind of red. And obviously everything's shinier. Okay. Other engine head. Camshaft. Timing chain we won't have, I'm sure. Timing cover we should have, because I'm sure that was off the other. Hey, we got a 3-star one. It must have been a barn find. We'll use it. It doesn't change performance, but it'll increase the value of our car a bit. Water pump, which no point in finding or looking for a performance water pump. They don't exist. Crankshaft pulley, 3-star power pump, power steering pump. And we'll get our serpentine belt B, and we'll need an A. If there's a B, there's an A. So we'll just buy that. I didn't have the arm. Thought I took the arm off. Maybe it was not a repairable part. alternator, so we got a 3-star that. Gonna need a intake manifold, B. Need them. I got some 3-star spark plugs. Must have been left over. DOS manifold. We're gonna have to get performance-wise. And we'll have 2 more spark plugs that we're gonna have to make 3-star. Bet we don't have the push rods, right? Don't. So we'll need 16. 2 per, I'm pretty sure. I was right. 2 per cylinder. I bet the rockers were, yep, wear items. 16 of these. Slap these on and we'll go 3-star. Actually, we might do the other side first. Side. Alright, put on the rockers. Valve cover. That on right now. And these, pretty sure are going to be performance parts. Alright, let's go to the performance store. Ignition coils, we're going to need 8. DOS manifold A and B. I must have. DOS manifold A. DOS manifold A. Thought there would have been a B. Alright, and then the intake. Let's go get this stuff to start up. Here's the alternator. And what other parts did we have? The exhaust manifold, ignitions, and intake. So E and I. Exhaust manifold, get the intake, and those ignition coils. go. All those are done. And then let's pop back to the engine, and then mount up these things. Oh, we need 2 spark plugs too. Almost forgot. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, back to the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, provided Patrick Mahomes' high ankle sprain is not bad. If his ankle is bad or he gets hit, and the Eagles, they have a decent pass rush, so if he gets hit, I think all bets are off. If he's healthy, I can't bet against that guy. He's good. Transmission coil's on. DOS manifold is on. Gonna need a supercharger. And fuel rails. So fuel rail, supercharger, and 2 spark plugs. Start on the fuel rails. Okay, then we'll go to the supercharger and the spark plugs. Supercharger and spark plugs. There's 2 spark plugs. And then I went right past the supercharger. And there'll probably be a throttle in front of it too, we'll see. Part mount. Supercharger. Fuel rail. Up on the serpentine belt. Pulley. And let's get a performance throttle. And turn it into a 3-star performance throttle. Back in the T somewhere. Oops, went past it. Throttle. Throttle. I think that is it for this design here. Okay, let's pop this off. Throw that back in the car. That back. We'll part up these peripherals here. Hey, my engine, or my, sounds like my oven cleaner just got done. It made some French toast casserole this morning. Pretty good. But it tipped over inside the oven, so I had to run the clean cycle on the old engine, or on the old oven there. ECU Type A. I just heard my car, or my oven beeping, so it must be done. Should have charged myself a fee for spilling something in the oven. That's what you would have done in the car mechanic simulator world. Fuse box is on. Let's grab the air filter. Air filter and the ECU we're going to have to 3-star. Out of coolant reservoirs. I bought like a good pile of these. Various shapes, I'll buy a half dozen. Windshield washer, power steering fluid, ABS pump. I think that is almost it for the engine bay. Let's go ahead and fill fluids. Coolant. Coolant's in. Washer fluid. Gotta get rid of them bugs. We're in the desert. And power steering fluid. A little bit of oil. Gotta put the Earl in. There's some oil. Check on the old dipstick. Filled up good. Okay. And 3-star air filter. ECU 3-starred. ECU Type A Stage 3. 3 stars. Air filter cap and 4 clips. Type A ECU. And I think the engine compartment is done. Yep, now we're just into suspension, brakes, trans, and fuel system. Start in the back. Pop in a new tank. Should have a 3-star fuel pump because we already made it. Now we'll go through the process of redoing the suspension system here. Oh, and exhaust will need a 3-star, of course. And a trans. So we're not quite done 3-star. Improving. Oh, excuse me. suspension system's pretty solid. Definitely have to put the performance brakes, because I think this had front discs and rear disc brakes. But you can buy performance brakes. It does make a difference, especially at the racetrack, to have the performance brakes. At least my perception is that they perform better than the stock brakes. So don't hold me to that, but it just surely seems that way to me. Alright. If I go to the performance shop, tune-up shop, buy 4 disc brakes. Might as well go ahead and buy these exhaust pieces since we're going to do our last set of, potentially last set of performance improvements. Alright, let's go to the tune-up shop again. All parts. 2 middle muffler A's. Middle mufflers. A couple of cat converters. Front exhaust pipes. And we need this gearbox, which custom gearbox is over here. Okay, let's go to the 3-star bench. I'll start with our brake vented disc brakes. Performance color on these are actually blue instead of red. There we go. Got what else we had purchased. Front exhaust, catalytic, so C, F, G, M, R. E, G, R. Catalytic converter. I passed it, didn't I? Front exhaust. There it is. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. Front exhaust, then metal, right? And the rear exhaust. I think that was it, right? Yep, that, oh, gearbox. Forgot to upgrade the gearbox. Or transmission, whichever term you prefer. Gearbox. C, D, E, F, G, right? There it is. 3-star. Alright, let's go install these. Alright, we have a 3-star exhaust system. 3-star ceramic brakes with normal brake pads. They don't have any other performance brake parts other than the discs. That's fine. They do seem to perform better. Alright. exhaust on this side. Or the suspension on this side, geez. Spring cap. Spring. Shock. Link. Then we can get the performance brakes on this side. Bearing, or drive axle. Now we can do the brakes. There we go. Caliper. Okay, so we're up to tires there. Hold on that for now. We'll do that last. Get on the performance gearbox. Pop in a starter. Drive shaft, again, just remember the pattern on the drive shaft, even if you can't see the bolts really well. It's a T formation, 4 in the front, 4 in the back. Cross members. Bushings. Gotta have your bushings, right? The minute I put in that cross member, I always rotate around. Get the 4 rubber bushings that go on the cross member. Really annoying to forget those. A steering rack. Inner rod, not a tie rod, plus the knuckle. Lower suspension arm. Boys, you should go up and grab some breakfast. There's some good French toast up there. Just saying. Wheel cap. Performance brake. And then standard pads and caliper. End links on. I think that suspension on this side is done. Yep. Hop over to the driver's side, do the same. Hey, Lucas. Yeah, it is. Gonna go grab some breakfast. I think I hear your mom up there. She can whip you up some. Apparently we have drums in the background while we're doing the Camaro. Nice. Good addition. Hey, Izzy. Alright, let's see what size tires we want to put on this bad boy. So the factory size was 245, 45, 20s. I think we're going wider in the back. Let's at least go... I don't want to make it look too obnoxious. Can we put 280, 285, 35s in the back, R20s? And then put 245, 45, 20s in the front. Let's see if we can do that. And make it look okay. We're going slicks. Definitely going slicks. Tires, the Dominators. So we'll put two 20-inch, 285, 35s in the back. And we'll put two 20-inch, two 45s in the front. I think that's what we'll go with. Pop these on the rims. We'll just use the stock rims they came with. It's fine. This next one going, and go ahead and balance the wheel. That one going, balance the next one up. Install next one. This will be the last install. Balance the wheel. And balance the last wheel. So remember what you're doing. Two 85s in the back. Make sure that didn't look terribly different. Ah, that actually fits okay. Good. 285 on this side. Then we'll pop those 245s in the front. Hey Parks, you grabbing some breakfast, buddy? Good boy. 45. 245. Alright. We can just double check the percentage on this car. Missing one part. What on earth did we forget? Oh, those two spark plugs that we had to 3-star. Ha! Did I 3-star those? I don't remember. 2. Yeah, I did. I just didn't put them in. Probably helpful to have all your spark plugs in. Alright, where did we leave those off? That side has got 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Part mount. 1 3-star. Stars. Alright, check the percentage on the car. 100, 100, 100, 100. Alright. Let's move her over to the test path and we'll line up the old wheels. And line up the lights. Wheels are aligned. The headlights aligned. There's the left. And the right. Save the game. And oh shoot, we forgot to tint the windows. Let's tint on those windows. A car like this, I'm going dark windows. Use the tintin. There it is. Tint. 85% tint. Move the car to paint shop. Alright, let's see what kind of paints we can do on this sucker. That's the current color, which is not great. Let's see what the factory colors are. Yellow? Like the yellow. Ain't kidding. Orange ain't bad. Either version of the orange ain't bad. Red's okay. Let's leave it on that yellow for now. Let's see what the liveries are. Yellow with black stripes. Looks awesome. Gray stripes and yellow, no. White stripes, don't hate it. Mosquito. Mosquito in gray. White. Actually, that kind of looks cool. All right, let's go with that one. Where's it at? Number 7? Livery 7. I kind of like this. Looks sharp. Paint, and I haven't done a yellow car recently, so I need Mad Mutt yelling at me about how I make yellow cars, so we're going yellow. And Dino. Take it over to the Dino. And we have to tune the ECU first. What we're trying to do here is you got to line these up to match, where they're all at -6 like that. So once you get the first 4, just take 1, 1, 1, 1, add 1. Alright, I'm not doing it right. There it is. All +6. Now, if you do this properly and you get all these bars filled, I mean, look at that, 16% performance increase. Make sure you click apply. If you don't click apply, it doesn't save. All right, let's go ahead and pop up the Dino here and run it. Run, Dino, run. We started with 623, 570. Let's see how we did. Sounds high-paced. 1,300 and 1,209 pound-feet of torque. That's good. Let's grab the old spreadsheet here and log those values in. 1361 and 1,209 pound-feet of torque. That is awesome. And a drag rating. Let's check on the value of this sucker. 177.87. 177,087. Save. I can make it back to the dark font. Okay. Now let's just check the gear ratios. What are we starting with? We got a 311 rear end. We're going to go to a 411. That's where I like to drag. It's high A, which most of my high A's ended up with. Well, let's just check the old spreadsheet. We can see. What were their times in the quarter, or top speed in the quarter mile? Can you kind of use that as our grading? Largest to smallest. 209-ish. That was that Hammerdale, which is just sick. It'll probably be pretty close to the Bolt, right? We go by the horsepower to torque ratio. So it's probably going to be in the high 160s-ish. I don't think it's going to pop into the 190s in the quarter mile. All right. So we'll shoot for a fifth gear in the 160s-ish range. See where that ends up. Seven, 5, 8. Go for a 7.5. Okay. We're going to go up by 2/10 and 1/4. I'll go by 25. We'll go straight to 1. Which means this will be a 1/4 because I'm going to go a little higher. These are always subject to change, right? Make this a 2. Maybe like a 2 1/4. Yeah. And then we'll do this top gear like 3 1/2. All right. We'll go ahead and go to 9 gears. Top speed wise, probably in the 300 and change range. Apply all that. All right. So that looks like a decent place to start gear ratio wise. Let's take this bad boy for a drive. See what it sounds like. Don't mind the sound. Ah, we forgot to fill the fluids. Thought we did that, fellers. We did not. Forgot some brakes. Not gonna be able to stop without the brake hydraulic fluid. It's probably important. Alright, fire her back up. Now let's take her for a drive to the drag strip. And we'll do a test run. After the test run, depending on how we feel, we either go back, retweak on the gears, or we go straight to King of Sands. Warm up and practice, 1/4 mile. Let's do a warm up. We'll start off driving in the car, see how that feels. Brake, gas. It's just about 6,000 is the sugar point. A little over 6 maybe. 9.6 at 160? I think that might perform. Let's see how it does. Go straight to King of the Sands. Yep. Alright, let's bet some bets here. I'll bet Mustang. Mad Professor's driving. Well, I guess we bet on Mad Professor. Brutus! Brutus is driving. Let's bet on him. Hellcat. Yep. Alright. Threw a Hellcat in the first round here. That's a good car. Alright. On the brake, gas. Nine five at 162. That'll be our start. Put that on the spreadsheet. 1/4 mile time, 9.523 at 162. Save. How'd we do on the bets? Just under 50%. Let's see, who Kate got through? Bet on that car. Like the blue. Brutus got through. Good job, Brutus. What are you driving? The Pagani? Ah, Mad Professor, you got beat by a Porsche. Sorry. Start. What do we draw on this round? Mustang. Modern Mustang. Brake on the gas. Probably could make third gear a little higher, but it still works okay. 9.7. Our last time was better, but we still did beat this car handedly. Brutus is through. It might be a P. Parker 77 Brutus showdown. I'm betting for that. We got a Pagani. You can hear that V12 from here. Right. On the brake. On the gas. Oh shit. That Pagani had us off the line. He had us off the line. I was worried. 9613 at 162. We were close. Look at his reaction time. 0.05 seconds. That's sick. Good on you. All right. Brutus, you didn't get through. So it's me versus Noah Gonzalez. All right. Another Pagani, I think. You can hear it. Yep, Pagani. On the brake. Gas. Got a better start that time. Ah, 9433. That was a much better start. That actually was a better time too than our starting time. 9.433 at 162. That is solid. And won the King of the Sands. Yep, sir. King of the Sands win? Yes. All right. Let's go back to the garage. Let's just tweak third just a tickle. Or we can make 1 and 2 a little higher. That might be easier too. Maybe we do that. Let's do that. Take this down a 10th. 10th. Alright, leave it like that. It actually performed pretty well, so I'm not too worried about it. But let's take it to the top speed track and test on her speed. Top speed. See how she does there. 245 top speed. And for kicks, let's take her to the track. The lap track, that is. See how she performs there. We're in the garage. Drive the car to the racetrack. There we go. That was fun. Good thing it doesn't have damage turned on. Alright, I think we're gonna take the 126 lap time. This lap is crap. I think we need a little better than 126. Straight to do that. Part of the problem there. Right there. Alright, what are we doing here, fellas? One great lap right at the start. The second lap was just messing around. That's get through the starting line for lap 3 with speed. Final lap and see how we do. Lap 3 will go for all the game timers. 1:25.443. That is a solid time. Let's write that on the old spreadsheety. Lap time. 1:25.443. Save. That's a good time. That is a good time. She was moving, wasn't she? I use the Xbox controller for driving on a track. I find that trying to do that with the mouse and a keyboard drive you insane. Let's just give it a quick wash. Get dirty. Going for track ride. Shine her up and we'll get a quick screenshot. And this car is done. That looks sharp. Drive the car to the photo locations before. Okay. Photo mode. Height. Pop down here. I kind of like seeing that hood, so maybe not too low. Right there. Frame 1. Logo. Bottom right. Rotate the car a bit. Steering angle. Crank on the wheels. Yep. Hide the settings. Try to center it a little bit. Sure. Centered-ish. Nice. That will pop in here. View screenshots. This will be inventory. Car. Number 74. Is that the 2016 or the year? 2016 Chevrolet Camaro. There we go. 16. Upload. Sure. Came through okay. Yep, there it is. Uploaded. Right. Close. Pop. That looks... I think that library looks good. I like that. Hey, what's up? Thanks for the subscription. Alright, let's dump this back in the old parking garage. Now we have to figure out what the next one is going to be. Got the Camaro done. Let's sort by value. So we did a new car, so we probably got to do an old car next. We'll just do the, well, it's right there. The 57 Bel Air is next, which is a Del Rey custom in-game name. Gotta find that. To parking garage. Del Rey. 2018 had a better system for keeping your cars. Now you can go to the parking garage here, but then it's just that storage garage. You can't actually see them all. Whereas 2018, you could walk. There it is, 57. You could walk in the parking garage and actually look at your cars. Well, this is a fine automobile in stellar shape. Not missing any parts. I mean, maybe it's got built-in air conditioning, you know, so it's got that. So it's got work to do. We'll pop it over to the car wash. This is where we'll start, but I actually got to take off here for a second, go help my kids with their breakfast, and I'll probably be back later, and we'll knock out this 57 Bel Air. That'll be the next one. But thanks for watching, and I'll post the 2016 to YouTube. Take care, guys.